Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. First match, Cross-Banlist Cup, so new season. Most decks are done, so changed the deck list, right? Due to feedback, thanks to feedback, so huge shout out. At least the top 16 deck lists are done, so they, including the Exodia by the way. With the errata cards, you know, from the OCG, but, so, you know, some deck lists from the bottom part are still being changed. So, you know, we'll see that in the future, near future. So the first matchup, as we've seen before, well, as I've, you know, announced, I think it was yesterday, which deck has the advantage. The first one is, well, not a new deck, we have Chaos. Has its own strength cards, the power spells, Chaos Emperor, has some choke points, some weaknesses, I guess, being a slow flip-flop deck. But again, like most decks here in this particular group, they are grindy-ish as well. So Chaos should fare well, you know, well against those particular decks. But the other one, this is I think the eye-catcher, being Victory Dragon Tsuku-Lock. So the first most important thing is that we cannot concede, most importantly because of Victory Dragon. Well, no spoilers just yet for the first duel. I'll come back to that in a couple of moments, but I mean, Victory Dragon has always been that a very controversial card. From reading, again, and from what I remembered from back in the days, because what is it, 2005, that's almost 20 years ago, players weren't allowed to scoop. In the TCG it was much more different because of upper deck, and for us in the TCG it was fine, but apparently in the OCG you were able to concede, but during your own turn. Again, I wasn't able to verify this, it's all speculation on you know, online forums, etc. So for this tournament, I mean, Victory Dragon, again, no scooping. So at any point in the duel, for that particular deck, right, I mean, it would make the deck slash strategy pointless. So as people already have mentioned, is that, let's say, because I'm piloting Victory Dragon, imagine I could lose because it's best out of 5, so you need to win 3. And the thing is that if you're able to poke with Victory Dragon, you will win the entire match. Normally that's 2, okay, but I mean, okay, different rulings, we have Cross-Banlist, best of 5, so 3 wins. Point number 1. Point number 2 is the thing is that Chaos could go 2-0, post side deck, and Victory Dragon could still poke for a potential win. Imagine that. So again, going well back and forth, both decks are from the opening with 6 cards, right? So again, have that advantage of going first. That's where I guess most decks on the upper parts, most decks, you know, have that ruling of going first. So it's a super slow and grindy-ish duel, and that's where I guess the Victory Dragon strategy comes, or could come into play. Back then there weren't really, you know, that many good dragon cards slash dragon decks, so if you wanted to play Victory Dragon, you had to play stuff like DNA Surgery and, or, what is it, D-Tribe? That makes all of your phase-up monsters dragon type until the end phase, something like that. Because again, running pure dragons wasn't really that great of a strategy back then. So I got completely annihilated here. And this is funny, I get crush carded, but I think there's only one target in my deck to get crushed by crush card, pre-errata, and that's Breaker, I think. So you know Tsuku-Lock. Tsuku-Lock, it was a viable strategy in the TCG as well. What was it? I think it was Mike Rosenberg that got top 8 with a flip-flop Tsuku control deck. You know, with Mask of Darkness, side-decking burn stuff like Wave Motion Cannon, playing, you know, stall cards, Messenger of Peace, Swords of Revealing Light, kind of controlling the pace of the duel that way, and then, you know, flip-flopping your Mask of Darkness, getting back Solemn to pretty much, well, not stall it out, but gain control of the duel that way. I mean, this is pure old school, I mean, goat format, right? Back in the day, so 2005. But the thing with this deck is you know quite fast when you lose, and like for example here, like this is an okay opening hand. You have, what is it, Apprentice Magician, that when destroy a battle you can search Magician of Fate or Old Vindictive, and one Bottomless. Bottomless is fine, DD Warrior Lady, Breaker, etc. But well, that escalated quickly. What was it? Duster, Dark Hole, set the entire hand, use Mirage of Nightmare, draw 4. Order. Yes, we applaud for that. So at this point, you know, what I said before, you know you lost basically, because I mean, the only way this deck is going to win is to lock your opponent out of the game with stuff like Time Seal and gain control off of that, using Solemn Judgment every time, and what is it, every time you pay half of the amount of life points, and hopefully you will win by that. But there is another win strategy, and that's Victory Dragon, obviously, if I didn't side deck that one out. But 1-0 behind, and now Tsuku, it's decent-ish at setting right, flipping it face up when it's attacked, so you can put a face down, or at least a face up monster on field face down. But, you know, here, this Swords of Averting Light, it's not the thing, yeah. Those board wipes, first of all, the Mirage of Nightmare giving them another, what was it, +4 for draws, +3. No discard because of order, and that's, you know, that just escalated far too quickly. And I think I eventually side out the Nullman of Crossout as well. Yeah, in the next game, that is. And yeah, here again, this deck is a bit too passive for a for a much faster Chaos deck, right, from 2004. So okay, game number 3, I go first, and this is much better. So Delinquent Duo, putting my opponent 2 cards behind. Well, discard 2, yeah, you know what I mean. Set 1 and immediately get blown away by Duster, so that already forces out the Judgment. But this is okay. Tribe is a weak normal summon, much more threatening. Maybe would have been Set Magician of Fate, set 1 back row. Then I would have been forced to flip over Wing Blast, hitting the back row. Again, I can't risk my luck, you know, for Torrential or something like that. So I can finally get off a Tsuku-Lock. Let's go. So Mask of Darkness with double Solemn Judgment set, and with my opponent only having 2 cards, that's definitely a good sign. So again, the pace is in my control. So now things I can, you know, no broken spells or whatever, so I can finally grind and start building up advantage. So Call of the Half, this is okay. I can always Dust Tornado that away, or I also have Sakuretsu armor. So DD Warrior Lady, I use Saku. Like in hindsight, yeah, maybe I was like, well, again, the potential Torrential or potential back row, I would have been able to dust that, so this is fine. So use both Judgment. How many life points? And there's going to be more. Get back Judgment. You know, this is OG Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. 2005 GOAT format. Put your, well, Mask of Darkness wasn't really that popular. Most of the time it was Magician of Fate or maybe Night Assailant. Sengen, nope. Sengen doesn't trigger this way, not hitting the field. So we definitely want to Judgment that. So finally draw Pot of Greed, get those 2 draws and draw Time Seal. That's fantastic. So again, the same combos, get in for 1100. And now it's just the waiting game. We play the waiting game. Again, not allowed to scoop this tournament. Again, it would make the strategy of Victory Dragon kind of pointless. So, yes, we're just going to judge with everything. Okay, no cards, and I think I already activated Time Seal before. So again, my opponent, very similar to Yatakarasu, is now allowed, or you know, not able to draw, right? So no draw phase. And every time, you know, it's very similar to Chaos. To Chaos Yata, use Time Seal, force your opponent to skip their next draw phase, flip over Mask of Darkness, and it's just a super grindy and stallish game. This is not going to be interesting because it's going to be the same as this. So it's going to take a while. But again, same combos, right? So Mask of Darkness, attacking with Tsuku a couple of times, drop my opponent as low as, what is it, in Victory Dragon range. Again, Tsukuyomi bounces itself during the end phase back to hand already through the DNA surgery, so let's keep that. I mean, there is nothing really that could happen. Maybe I mistake or misplay with Time Seal, and even then, I said surgery, but it doesn't really matter, right? Like in hand, it's fine though. Setting the thing now is that I need to work towards 3 monsters on field, and then, you know, use DNA surgery, call Dragon. All monsters face up on field are dragons, so I could tribute them for Victory Dragon. Sinister Serpent, that's not the Victory Dragon, so flip over a Graceful Charity, draw 3, you know, speeding up the process. Pre-errata Night Assailant, so discard Night Assailant, get back another Night Assailant from the graveyard. A different named Night Assailant, a different copy. That's the correct thing. So it's apologies, but is what it is, but it's coming, guys. It's coming. Relax, relax. So time seal again, as we've seen before, pretty much the same. I think I already used a Book of Moon before. Graceful Charity, try to get 3 draws. Still not there. Ah, man. Book of Moon, flip over. Yeah, Mask of Darkness. It says and repeat. Get back time seal so I can use it next turn. Discard a couple of cards. Most importantly is keeping at least 1 Tsukuyomi in hand. And there it is, there it is. So I need 1 monster on field to be tributed. So use Time Seal again. No reason to go for Tsuku to get back the same Time Seal. And wait for it. So flip over Mask of Darkness, use DNA Surgery, call Dragon, go for Victory Dragon, and we win, deal damage, and the game even says win, well, obviously, right, or won by Victory Dragon. So we did it, 3 points. 3 points. Ah, sweet. Ah, this made me so happy. I mean, you know, the chances weren't that high, but I think the advantage, and that's where, you know, why the OCG players were playing this kind of strategy with the deck is that you're not forced to play a Trooper Dragon, very, you know, shady or gimmicky Dragon deck. Back then, there weren't too many solid Dragon cards, maybe Masked Dragon and, you know, stuff like that, but that's far from super competitive. But back then, this was super competitive, right? And 3 points. Okay, so next matchup, Mindmaster OTK. I'm excited for that one as well. 2009 is going to take on Tango Plant, so feel free to leave your predictions. The votes should be up soon as well. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.